Hello, good evening, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, L.A. by Night. This evening we bring you Season 2, Episode 8, Innocent Monsters. Let's meet our vampires.
I'm Alexander Ward, and I played Jasper.
I'm Cynthia Marie, and I play Nellie G.
B. Dave Walters, I play Victor Temple, and this is all going to be fine.
We'll see. We'll talk. Welcome, vampires. Erica Ishii, Brian Deckert, Amelia Rose Blair, Louis Carrazzo, Brittany Michelle, and Tricia Hirschberger will all join us at dramatically appropriate moments. Before we get started, we'd like to thank somebody very special tonight. This episode is also sponsored by our awesome friends at Backblaze, the only cloud backup service that Kindred use, but it's also available to mortals. Go to backblaze.com/LA by night to try it for free. We've got another Backblaze treat for you at the break, so stick around and check it out. Speaking of Backblaze, in addition to the 9th episode that they are sponsoring next week so that our season is extended, we have a special announcement. They are also sponsoring our live LA by Night game at WonderCon in Anaheim. So we will have a live episode of LA by Night at WonderCon Saturday, March 30th, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Information about that will be available very soon online, so watch our website and social media. Before you ask, yes, we will record LA by Night at WonderCon, and we'll make that available to you on Geek and Sundry later. But if you want to see it first, you need to be there with us at WonderCon on the 30th. So please thank Backblaze for being awesome and for sponsoring content for LA by Night. Now, last episode, our coterie were guests at a very unusual dinner party. So let's take a look at that through a rodent's eyes with pages from Ramona's sketchbook. Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Not our favorite place, is it, guys? Not exactly a lot of good eating there for you or for me. And X says it's super haunted. What a shock, right? But screw the spooks. We had a job to do. Our coterie wasn't here for a midnight stroll. They had a dinner date. No, Frankie, not that kind of date. But now that you mention it, Belle did say something about doing it on a grave. Okay, focus. Jasper brought them here to meet some of his creepy cousins. Along the way, they made a discovery. The grave of Griffith J. Griffith. Yep, that Griffith. Nellie's ancestor, the dude who started Griffith Park. Full points, Edith. Go to the head of the pack. Bet that's gonna come in handy later, huh? And hey, look what you can see from the obelisk. The observatory. This shit just keeps getting weirder. So, the hosts were these creepos, some of Jasper's clan, Amalia, Mitnick, and Gary. Nice enough as Nosferatu go, but don't get on their bad side. These guys know everything that goes down in the city, and they will sell it for the right price. Annabelle spread the message of resistance, and the Nos kinda bought it, but like everybody else, they want something in return. Access to whatever magic shit is going down in Griffith Park. Figures, right? Dinner was... I know. Assholes. I'll bet they knew we were watching. Dom, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that you had to see that. There will be payback. I promise. Our Belle did great. Held her ground. Politic like a pro. With some help from her undad. Change. It's coming. We called it, didn't we, guys? Yeah, the spark is lit, and our Belle is holding the match. But she's made so many hard decisions so fast. She's got to make more. and every choice takes a toll. She's learning that every victory comes with a price, but some prices might be painfully high. Thank you, Megan Jessup, for those wonderful sketches and a look back at last week. Even the most humane of vampires discovers that conflict among the undead is often inevitable. But not all vampires fight with fangs and claws. Tonight, we'll look at two different sides of vampire conflict, two different points of view. So let's do that. Let's tell a vampire story. It is late in the city of Los Angeles, and it is 2 nights since the dinner party in the cemetery. This evening finds several of the coterie in an SUV driving west into Camarilla territory. Victor, who's at the wheel?
Bailey. He's proven himself to be solid.
And you are on your way to the Getty, where the Camarilla holds Elysium. Important question. Are any of you armed?
No.
I do not bring the Rothfuss guns. They're in the safe.
Are there weapons in the automobile?
Yes, but not that I feel would be particularly effective. But, standard mortal weapons.
Okay.
Look at the two. Hang on, wait. You two, get in here for the selfie.
Unseen passage.
No, I got it already. I text Annabelle, name this look.
Why would you do that?
Now you guys look great. I love this. This is.
Yeah, but what happened to this?
I am making a statement. I feel like you of all people should know that fashion is an expression, and I want them to know that while I'm showing respect, I am not like them. That's why no suits today. Unbound realness.
You have something to say over here.
No.
Because you look awfully nice.
I love this.
I figured it would lend some truth to our performances if I looked like I actually wanted to join them.
Which,
Good call.
Speaking of, I thought we were gonna be diplomacy bros, and then you were gonna be doing your.
Both
thing.
of you guys would have been killed instantly. There's a reason why I'm here. We're not sending you on a suicide mission.
We aren't?
I mean, you weren't sending us on a suicide mission.
Because that feels like a suicide mission.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that mission, we should figure out what the hell we're going to do.
Well, Fiorenza got us an audience.
Right.
We're going to Elysium. We're going to the Getty Center, which is actually my favorite place in LA. You remember we went? We
did.
Right. I really love it there. Actually, it's not a bad spot for an Elysium, I have to say. But we're gonna go. We're gonna try and negotiate. I'm sure they're gonna want to know what you plan to do about the sheriff thing.
Right.
What do you plan to do about the sheriff thing?
question. What do I plan to do about the sheriff thing? Our plan was to stall. This doesn't seem like something I can stall anymore.
It is probably approaching finality one way or another, yes.
Well, I think there's some intel that needs to be had or found. So perhaps stalling is still our best option.
I'll try.
Well, I'm going to back your play either way, you know. I think you'll know what to do when the time is right. I just have to get to the table with Vannevar. I really believe I can make him listen to reason if I can just talk to him.
With your negotiation skills.
It has gotten us this far.
So remember, no use of any of our vampiric powers.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't bring the hunter weapons. I didn't bring the Rothfuss pistols. Didn't want to offend anyone, or quite frankly, just have them taken from me.
Now let me be more specific. Just don't get caught.
Well, this is probably better if we just don't do it, because
They'll be doing it.
yeah. Well, it's their Elysium.
No, it's our Elysium. It's everybody's Elysium. Sabat, Camarilla, and ours.
Sabat.
We're all safe there.
Don't come to Elysium. So wait, you're the Camarilla specialist. You know, I just have a reading knowledge, really. Like, how does this place work?
It's simple. It's a safe ground. Everybody's there to make connections, I suppose. Or to talk gossip. That's all the roses ever talk about.
Right?
What's the newest thing in the domain? So keep your options open.
You did have to make an arrangement for Rex with Amalia. Is that something we need to put in motion tonight?
Probably.
Do you think Chaz is going to be here tonight?
Probably.
Yeah.
He is the Herald.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
I mean, but we're not intending to hit him tonight, right?
No.
No.
Okay, I didn't.
No.
Believe it or not, I know you guys think this is crazy, but I really am trying to do this diplomatically. Like, I'm going to show respect. I'm going to follow the rules. Maybe we'll all keep our heads on our shoulders. Maybe something good can come from this insanity.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Oh, one other thing. We probably need, like, a code word, like if something goes wrong.
Right.
What kind of code word are you thinking?
Well, the safe word is pineapple. Everybody knows that. But
What?
I thought it was chicken fingers.
What? Chicken fingers.
To each their own.
I don't know which note to make.
Pineapple chicken fingers.
That's a lot of words to say if you're in trouble.
Yeah, it is.
Let's say
Baby B.
baby B.
Baby B.
So if any of us say the words baby B, we head for the exits. And if we get separated,
Bye.
meet up at the club.
Oh, that works too.
Right.
Could do that, or we find one another if it's too long.
Well, there's always a chance that they're going to try and separate us so they can kind of play us against each other, because quite frankly, that's what I'd do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, worst case, we get split up, we meet at the club.
Yeah.
Baby B means red alert, we get out of there.
Got it.
Got it.
All right. Anything else we need to discuss? I mean, probably 1,000 things, but anything with the time we got left before we get there?
Nothing I can think of.
Nothing I can think
But my
of.
brain is pretty much screaming right now, so.
You know, you look beautiful. You look beautiful. I always look beautiful. This is going to be fine.
You look like you're on vacation.
I'm supposed to represent LA, so thank you for that. Yeah, it's fine. Also, if they nail us down about the whole Prince thing and the whole sheriff thing, feel free to disavow any knowledge of it if you have to.
Fair enough.
I won't take it personal.
Fair enough.
I think if he asks, I know what I'm going to say, though.
Annabelle texts back. The text includes a photograph of her own. It's a motorcycle. Big vintage Harley. And it says, "Gonna ride this."
I just look at it and say, I show it to you guys, I'm like, Bruja are so freaking cliche. Of
You're gonna let her
course.
write that?
I mean, what's gonna happen? She's gonna live through anything.
I was like, it's way safer than what we're about to do.
Yeah, no, trust me. Yeah. she could stand on it and ride it like a skateboard and be better off than we're gonna be. You know,
Fair.
do you even know those people that she's gonna go talk to? Did she tell us the name?
No?
I mean, she's going with 9s, I believe. So I assume she's safe wherever she's going.
Golden said Valkyries or something.
Right. Yeah, them.
Either way, she's got her job to do and we got ours. And you're probably right that they're almost certainly safer than we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
As the vehicle progresses westward, the ground rises. Foothills of the Santa Monica Mountains are where you find the Getty Center and some of the most prestigious neighborhoods in Los Angeles, built so that they look literally down on the rest of the city from steep slopes and high hilltops. Most of the homes in this part of the city are expansive Tudor-style manor houses, although there are a few examples of more modern buildings. But every home is a sprawling estate with elegant architecture, perfectly manicured lawns, and state-of-the-art security systems in case kindred are getting any ideas. The Getty Museum, commonly referred to as the Getty, is an enormous postmodern architectural wonder in gleaming white and glass, perched high atop one of the hills, overlooking the prestigious neighborhoods of Bel Air and Brentwood. Just above the 405 freeway. This is one of the most incredible collections of art in the Western Hemisphere. If there is a famous artist that you can think of, chances are that they have at least one piece in the Getty. The art collection contains pieces that date all the way back to the Middle Ages and from last week. As you approach the Getty in the car, you notice that there are armed security guards patrolling the grounds, the radios crackling, and many vehicles, a lot of limousines, a lot of very late model, very expensive luxury cars. Most of them with a driver waiting inside. You're waved in by one of the security guards who indicates where Bailey should park. He does so. And you notice as you drive into the parking lot and look around, from up here, you can see the entire city. This might be the best view in Los Angeles, better than the rooftop of the Grove parking garage or even the observatory. It's as though the entire city is laid out before you like sparkling diamonds.
Subtle.
I gotta say, I love his sense of style.
it's beautiful.
I'm sure you do.
Bailey parks the vehicle and asks if you have any special instructions, sir. I don't think there's any Pokemon up here either.
You know, probably skip the Pokemon tonight, stay in the car, because there's a real chance if we've got to go, we're going to have to go fast. And under no circumstances let anyone block you in here.
Understood. I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you. And if she comes back without me, go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know, there's an odd symmetry to this. There's worse places to die than in this like gorgeous repository of
Let's not think like that, please.
No? Oh, okay. All right. No, it's
No, you're correct. There are worse places to die.
there's worse places to die. No. Okay. All right.
Shall we?
Let's do it.
Hand in hand,
Absolutely.
you approach.
No. Oh, no. Okay.
No. You,
No,
No.
we-
No.
Okay.
Offer stands.
No.
It's still. Okay.
All right. And follow along based on where the guards are directing us, probably towards the tram, I assume.
Which takes you to the interior.
I am keeping an eye out for any kindred I know.
So far, you haven't seen anybody but mortal guards, so perhaps the kindred are inside. Eventually, you are directed to a particular door into one of the larger buildings in the complex. And inside, everything is gleaming white marble, polished mahogany, and shining crystal. Massive chandeliers illuminate everything with dazzling light. Artfully placed and manicured plants liven up the interiors. But on the inside, there are no mortal staff anywhere. All you see are monsters like yourselves. The undead. Perhaps 24 kindred. Pale. And all eyes turn to you. Now, you recognize several faces. You see Rex, impossibly handsome with his big toothy grin. Paulina, shooting daggers at you with her eyes. And Edison, aloof, mysterious, circumspect. Jasper, you see no Nosferatu, but this is hardly a surprise. Victor, you don't see anyone that you know. Many of these creatures are dressed in very unusual fashions, things that would attract attention in public, but here, among other vampires, seem appropriate. It's as though they feel they can be themselves, and the effect is disturbing. None of the other kindred make any move towards you, although Rex shoots a smile at you, Nellie. Paulina turns away. Edison nods. You don't see your friend Chaz anywhere at this time. In this amazing illuminated place, surrounded by great works of art, there a Cezanne, there a Van Gogh, all the kindred seem to be maneuvering slowly and around a central point. And there are two individuals at the center of all their activity. One must be the prince, Vannevar Thomas.
Have I ever laid eyes on Vannevar before?
Never in your unlife. And the other is a kindred you don't recognize.
Well, it must be Vannevar, but do you know her?
Never seen her?
What's protocol? If it was me, I'd just walk up and shake his hand, but something tells me that's not how this game is played.
Wait your turn.
Then we act natural.
Absolutely. I'm not going to do that.
What's the alternative?
You want me to act natural here?
It
Good
is
point.
Elysium.
No, at all. No, don't be yourself.
There you
right,
go.
True. Not you at all. Yes.
A very singular-looking kindred detaches himself from the throng surrounding the prince and moves towards you. If you didn't know better, you would say that he and Jasper had consulted the same tailor. He, too, is bald. He, too, wears round, red-lensed spectacles. But his attire is crimson, where Jasper's is black, right down to his leather gloves. He stops a few paces away. Welcome, young ones.
Hello.
I am Maximilian Strauss. I keep this Elysium.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Maximilian Strauss.
Victor Temple, Nellie Griffith, Jasper, of course. Thank you.
Yes, Miss Griffith.
Thank you for having us.
Mr. Price has told me a great deal about you.
Oh, has he?
Yes?
I see. I hope all good things.
His Majesty will call for you soon. Please make yourselves available.
Thank you, Mr. Strauss.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir.
Should you require refreshment, go to the back room.
Thank you.
I think I might. Thank you very much.
He backs away, turns, and walks unhurriedly to where the prince and his guest are. Your Majesty, the Anarchs are here.
Go ahead.
Shall I?
Let them wait.
As your Majesty wishes. The other kindred alter their pace and movement. They cease to rotate in polite circumlocation around the prince and begin to drift around you. It's not unlike being at the center of a tank of sharks. All smooth, beautiful, and deadly, sleek, and the next minute blood everywhere.
I do want to make my way towards the refreshment. Not to eat. I just want to see in what state the humans are in. How are they being kept? Like, how is the blood being offered is what I'm looking to observe.
What you discover in the back room, and by back room they mean a very posh and plush lounge, all leather and velvet. Reminds you a little bit of Le Chat Noir. The mortals are comfortable, and they are quite willing to participate in the kindred appetites.
I never partake when I'm working, but
No, thank you.
I'm actually going to go find the rose garden. I'll be back.
it's a maze out there. Yeah.
Thanks for that.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe that'll be the last joke I ever get to tell. No, we're good. We're good.
That was the one you chose.
It's, yeah.
Really?
I will die as I've lived. Thank you. Yes. We're going to wait here for the prince, so.
Sounds good. I'm going to head over to Rex and Paulina and Edison.
The trio of roses greets you each in their own way. Rex, clearly happy to see you, with his big Midwestern grin, fresh, fair, good looks.
Oh.
Paulina, shooting daggers with her eyeballs. And Edison, as enigmatic as ever.
Darlings, it's been some time since we've seen each other.
Hey, how are ya?
Oh, Rex, I'm so good. How are you?
Awesome. Everything is great. Isn't this fantastic?
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's absolutely gorgeous. His
Prince
Majesty is
Vannevar
great.
knows how to throw a bash.
Apparently so, but...
Apparently so.
Hello, Your
Hello.
Majesty.
The pleasure is all ours, no doubt.
Yes. Well,
Enchanté.
My lovely Suzanne.
hello, Suzanne. It is
Hello.
a pleasure.
Your name
Nellie Griffith.
and
And what?
what is your lineage?
Oh, of Clan Toreador, of course. I'm always a rose.
Your sire. Their sire. Things have changed.
It's Mr. Price. I have never seen you around, Suzanne. Are you new amongst the Camarilla?
No, I am not new amongst the Camarilla.
Quite old, in fact.
Yes. You know, you do remind me a little bit of an old friend of mine.
Is that so?
Yes.
Whom?
She was quite beautiful. She lived in a little glass bubble.
Glass bubble.
Marie Antoinette?
Oh.
Have you heard of her?
I have heard of her. She's a very fascinating historical figure.
As are you.
Wow. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. You were friends with her.
Oh, yes.
My goodness.
Very close friends.
Do tell. I would love to hear all about her.
Another time.
Fair enough. Your Majesty, thank you so much for inviting myself and my friends.
Yes.
It's quite interesting that you would have us anarchs here on Elysium.
We appreciate your company.
I see. Was there anything that you wish to discuss with my comrades and I?
With yourself, perhaps. Someone of refined taste. Good company.
Well, what could I assist you with?
It seems that things have changed enough over time. And with someone of your... how do you say?
Flavor.
We might improve this already quite spectacular court. I'm certain you are more intelligent than you appear.
Oh, well, that remains to be unseen. How about that?
Paulina and Edison look on. They know better than to say anything. Rex looks a little frightened. Paulina looks pleased. And Edison is unreadable.
Rex, darling, I would love to show you to the Hollywood Cemetery. And actually, if you guys had some time, it would be lovely to show you the Hollywood Cemetery as well. It is a beautiful place at night. Yes.
You wanna go to the cemetery?
Yes, I have actually just recently came from there. There's some beautiful artwork there. Surprisingly.
We appreciate the invitation, but we are, of course, detained by matters of...
The state.
But of course. I figured.
You could not help the Baron with his attire?
He chose that on his own volition. I apologize that it may not be to your liking.
Did he?
Yes.
Fascinating.
If it was up to me, I would have had him in one of my suits.
Now, Victor, when you emerge from the back room and look around, you do see Nellie in conversation with the prince and his guest. Jasper, where are you?
I'm with the Baron.
The game is starting.
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to go over there.
No, I will wait. She's weaving her web.
Arachnophoria.
Your friends in the shadows, do they always follow you around like children?
Not like children, like family. We stick by each other. Often. You know, there is a fourth. Baby B really should show herself sometime soon, but it seems that she may have other plans tonight.
Baby B?
Yes.
Did we possibly hear that?
I don't think you're close enough to here, so unless you're using a heightened senses power or aspects, I think the murmur of conversation and the leitmotif music would not let you overhear their conversation.
All right.
It is worth noting that we have made our way to such a station by extending our hand to allies. And we are not decided yet as to the fine company you keep.
I see. And what is it? What is your decision based on?
Whether or not they come forth to speak with me like men.
I see.
Are you sure we're not supposed to go over there?
No, I'm not sure at all, but historically, me just walking into things and starting to talk has been frowned upon, so...
Great. I'm going to walk over.
Right,
Jasper is going to cross the room and join the conversation,
I do follow him when he does.
and Victor as well. So within moments, Nellie is flanked by her associates.
Nellie, that's where you went.
Oh, yes. I was trying to look at the roses, and Your Majesty, Mr. Thomas, and Suzanne?
Susanna Rochelle.
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 Yes, I'm not French. I am so sorry.
Susanna, Prince Vannevar Thomas, it's very nice to meet you.
And you, Nosferatu.
Pleasure.
As you no doubt know, Jasper, Victor Temple, thank you very much for having us for this wonderful gathering here in such a lovely place. I'm a huge fan of the Getty Center. It's always good to remember culture and the finer, more beautiful things in this world.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
It's gorgeous.
Every undead eye in this room is trained on this conversation.
We are appreciative that you extended an invitation to us this evening. It is very kind of you both.
We are known for our kindness.
Yes, we are here to interact openly and pleasantly.
Yes.
I so rarely get to enjoy the cultured company of my own fellow Ventru. It is refreshing, to say the least.
You are not what I would call a Ventru. From your attire, from your mannerisms, from your demeanor.
But I am from my results.
Such a long resume you have in your short time.
It's true. My nights do not begin to even remotely match what I've heard of you, or perhaps many of you, and I've not been able to make your acquaintance before tonight, but I assume yours. But it is true. I'd like to think I've made the most of the time that has been allotted to me, as have we all.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. On this matter, we would like to speak with you further. It would be easier, let us say, for you to do away with any doubt you might have in the Camarilla, any misunderstanding that you might have with our true purpose, and come to a greater understanding of the world as it is, not as you imagine it might be.
Well, I may speak for myself here, but I don't believe we would be here if we didn't already have leanings in that direction.
As you know, Nosferatu, I am recently without a sheriff.
I had heard, yes.
And the position itself has become open to someone of a certain degree of talent and tactic.
I had also heard that as well. From what I heard, that position is being considered.
Does it entice you?
It could.
Surely you must have some wants. You must have some needs beyond your most basic beast. There must be something in exchange that your prince could offer you.
I do have needs, and I do have wants, Prince. But it is just a matter of if those wants and needs align with what the Camarilla does.
Well, we are here among friends. Speak freely.
Well, let's see. Would, if I were to accept the offer that has been placed before me, I think the first thing I would like to know, what exactly, not having come from the Camarilla myself, what exactly does that job entail?
Well, like all kindred in my domain, You are, of course, at my beck and call.
Of course.
But with your special attributes, your persuasion and gifts, it would be for us together to preside over those in this city who cannot understand the way things truly are.
All right. Now, my second question. Considering the events that I heard that took place, what's to stop the same thing happening and the position being refilled?
Isn't that such a thing? You might be surprised to know how many sheriffs have come and gone, but as you know, this unlife is about the moment and doing with our time what we are given. Mm-hmm. Do you prefer the shadows? Do you prefer your disconnected, ambling existence, or would you prefer some purpose?
We all do tend to suffer from the sins of our fathers. But I don't necessarily do things the way that most of my clan do. I do have those common talents, but sometimes I'm a little more direct. Now, my third question. And also, the thing that I generally desire, if I were to do the thing, do I get time alone to pursue my own goals and ambitions?
The three of you know you are never truly alone. The ivory tower sees everything, and this is, of course, the reason for my invitation to you, dear Baron. The answer is no. Of course, you would never be alone. But should you find yourself some special purpose or desire, some pet project, you might bring it before me to discuss. Now you, Victor, I want to like you. I really, really do. You have wealth, as many of us do. You have taste, as some of us do. And above all, you have an ambition for power, which is a great strength in one's allies and a horrible trait of one's enemies. But you behave like a child.
A petulant child.
At the prince's words, the red-garbed keeper of Elysium, Maximilian Strauss, drifts just a little closer, as though ready to act if it becomes necessary.
Are there any other seats around them, like besides what they're sitting on?
I think that is for His Majesty to decide. Are there seats available for your guests, or should they remain standing?
There is a stool if you'd like to sit upon it, child.
Would you mind? I would
Charming.
I would rather not loom.
Please.
I would rather not loom over you. I'm aware that I can cast quite a shadow. And I do sit, but when I hands out, you know what I mean? Like I'm clearly not doing anything aggressive.
Not a terribly comfortable perch. I mean, you are very tall.
We're way past comfortable. Yeah. I do things differently than some of our kind. I do things differently than many of the other Unbound. But quite frankly, that's why I've been successful. I can't follow a 17th century playbook and accomplish 21st century goals.
Of course. But the reason we do things the way we do them is because it works and has worked. It is a fact that each thing you have typed into that device, each message you have sent, each call you have placed is absolutely in the hands of those who would destroy more than just your kind or ours. You make us weak with each stroke of your finger.
I'm glad that you said this, because you've now come to the real thing that I would like to discuss, that yes, we do in fact have a common foe. We do in fact have a common foe that will not differentiate between Nosferatu, Toreador, Ventru, Camarilla, Anarch. They will just see us all as monsters and want to destroy us all, which is quite true. So yes, I preserve the Masquerade in an unusual way, but you've spoken to the fact that you and I need not be adversaries. None of us need be adversaries because our real enemy walks in the daylight. That is what I would personally like to discuss with you, Prince Thomas. I have a question for you. Just a moment there, because do you recall the appointment of the sheriff? Or at least the offering of the appointment of the sheriff?
Indeed.
I am but a minor student of the Camarilla and the way things are done. But my understanding was there could be no sheriff until Praxis was completed. So as such, Marcos was never sheriff. Now, you also might have recalled when Chaz came and spoke with us, I had some commentary on the state of your Praxis. Did this happen to have reached your ears, sir?
Would you care to enlighten our company?
All the kindred in the room are now at least 6 paces closer than they were. And every undead eyeball tracked the motion of the prince's extension of his ring and his arm being withdrawn. If they breathed, there would be a loud intake of breath.
I won't insult your gathering with recounting what may or may not have been said, but would it be accurate to say that you did not take it seriously when you heard?
Maximilian Strauss steps forward. Your Majesty, I believe he refers to his own claim of princedom in the city.
Specifically,
Dressed as such.
I wasn't aware there was a bathing suit component of the competition.
What?
This child suspects that he himself, Baron, if I am correct,
Please, Prince.
has his own claim to my station.
So, here's the point I'm making. Now, you see just now, when you hear that, how that idea is laughable, that you're like, no, it's not possible. Correct? Understand that for the kindred of Los Angeles, when you arrive on the scene and present your ring to the kindred that have walked these nights of this city for decades,
Decades!
perhaps centuries, one or two, perhaps. It is equally unacceptable to them. It is equally unacceptable that when you extend the ring, that everyone fall to their knees and kiss it.
Let us ask everyone.
Oh,
Please.
these people here, sure. I mean, the kindred of Westwood, of Hollywood, of the Valley, of the Unbound. But there may be a way. There may be a way.
What do you propose, Baron?
Jasper,
Yes.
what is your current emotional mood? What do you feel? What emotion is uppermost in your heart at this moment?
Probably fear.
Nelly, the same question for you.
Loathsome. Hate, almost hate, borderline hatred, but loathsome.
Nelly, make a wits and investigation roll, please. Include 1 hunger die.
Three successes.
That would be 5 successes.
5 successes.
5, sorry.
Go critical.
Yeah, that's right.
You see him. He's on the very, very far edge of the room. He's wearing a beautifully cut suit. Armani, you think? Maybe Cerruti, you're not sure. And he is staring.
Please proceed, my lady.
I use my second sight to read the moods of the three.
She does not appear to be changing her attitude or aspect. Sorry, different die pool. Might as well have not bothered.
Actually, could I use my telepathy instead?
Yes. Who is your target?
Nelly.
Nelly, what are your surface thoughts at this time? What are you thinking as you see him across the room?
Oh, utter hatred.
Are you thinking about what you'd like to do?
No. Actually, it's probably more flashbacks of what he's done to me.
The images conjured in your mind's eye are of Chaz Price. Beautifully handsome but cruel. With Nelly. Intimidating her, manipulating her, lying to her. And Nelly believing all along that he loves her.
Nelly, my darling, would you like to take a tour of the gardens with me?
I would love that.
Excellent.
So Nelly and Suzanne leave the gathering, and the kindred part for you like the undead sea, allowing you exit out into the night. That would leave Jasper, Victor, and His Majesty in conversation.
To your point, no, I don't wish for your station. I have not earned your station. I haven't earned the position of prince, but you have to understand, to the unbound, neither have you. Just like you don't think I have any claim whatsoever to any say in the running of the city, to the kindred that dwell here, they feel that way about you. But there may be a solution. There may be a way we can resolve this to at least not to our own greater benefit, at least not to our detriment. Because, quite frankly, I know in this place I have to assume I'm an open book and completely transparent, so let me say outright what I'm thinking for anyone who may be wondering. Peace between us is of the utmost value. That can't come in the form of us just bowing down and letting collars get put on our necks, or we would have already been in the Camarilla. But it's equally pointless and disadvantageous to be warring with each other in the streets.
Quite.
I propose diplomacy. A new convention of thorns right here in Los Angeles. Yes, we can show everyone, we can show the entire world that there is a new way forward. You know yourself, the world has changed.
The world is fundamentally the same. The beast is fundamentally the same. if I were to describe to you gravity any differently, it would still pull you to the center of this earth.
But it was the fires of the First Inquisition that drove us all to the table to talk. And the fires of the Second Inquisition are lit. I have seen it myself. If not now, when?
There's a murmur of laughter from the encircling kindred.
I turn and I look at them and I say, I wonder how many of your sires laughed before they met the fires, before they met the dawn.
Maximilian Strauss looks at His Majesty as if asking for permission to speak. I was there. You know nothing of what you speak. His Majesty is quite correct. Flaunting our safety with your insistence on using those devices can no longer be permitted.
The cell phone's negotiable.
The cell phone is mine.
I hold it up and I snap it in half.
You break your own cell phone.
Yeah, I break my phone.
Smash it in two.
But then I tuck the pieces back in my own pocket. So if that...
The kindred in the room all step a pace closer. Maximilian Strauss separates himself and moves to stand behind you at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, may I remind you that you stand in Elysium. While no violence is permitted here, you are a guest. This is twice that you have refused a request from His Majesty. Refusal of a third may require you to depart.
I reach in and I take out the two pieces of the phone.
The cell phone?
Yeah, and I'm all like, apologies, I didn't mean to offend. I'm new to these sorts of things.
Very new.
Yes,
So
I do hand
you
him
hand him the pieces of the phone.
the broken halves of the phone. Yeah.
I use Dominate and offer you my ring a final time, Baron.
Now, I want to make clear that what you feel isn't accompanied by the normal telltale signs of the use of the power. Normally, when a kindred uses Dominate, at least as you have experienced it, it requires eye contact and a visible force of will. Whatever is happening here isn't like that at all. You feel simply that, of course, why shouldn't you be a gracious guest and do as your host requests? If you want to fight the compulsion, that will require a roll of willpower. You would need a considerable number of successes to succeed.
I'll kiss it.
So you lean forward and kiss the cold circle of metal on the prince's hand.
Mm-hmm.
You feel as though you've done the right thing. It feels perfectly justified, almost rational.
It's the path of least resistance.
There is a murmur of approval from the room. Tension slides out of shoulders. Kindred nod.
After I do it, do I... Understanding that I feel fine that I did it, but I still have my own thoughts afterwards, correct?
Your memories and your emotions are not affected.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to you, however, that you've done anything unusual or wrong.
I completely am rationalizing my choice to kiss the ring.
Exactly so.
I've seen it before, yeah. But with respect, sir, my point stands. With full respect to you, with full respect to this fine gathering. The point stands.
And who would rally such an endeavor? You, Baron.
You said yourself, my ambition is a terrible trait in an enemy. I would rather we not be enemies. As I once said in a very different meeting, I would sooner see all the beautiful art in this building burned to the ground before I saw anything happen to you. As far as I'm concerned, you are
I would sooner see Mark and Isaiah burn to ash than anything happen to me as well. Surely you understand that I am not to be disagreed with, and it is my professional opinion as your elder and your superior that this childish notion, this clutching for a history you do not understand, will fade from time.
I'm keeping an eye on Strauss.
He's standing directly behind Victor within easy arm's reach.
I'm just watching.
He sees you watching.
You bring up an interesting point, Prince. You yourself are powerful. By extension, you're tremendously powerful. The full weight of the ivory tower. You could crush us at any time, but you haven't yet. Why?
When you have seen as much night as we, boredom will seep into your time. And as you strut and fret your hour upon the stage, it does little more than entertain us.
I'm pleased to be a tale told by an idiot. Is that what cost you San Francisco? Boredom?
I do not think that San Francisco is lost. I believe that Los Angeles is, how shall we put it?
A better location?
Well, Los Angeles is absolutely better than San Francisco.
Meanwhile, outside the building, there is a beautiful maze-like garden under the night sky. At this time of year, the air is chill and crisp, but the flowers are no less beautiful for it. Two roses join the night bouquet.
I slip my arm into yours. I sense something very special in you.
Oh.
I see so much pain. A broken heart. I know that. I recognize it. I've felt it.
What'd you do about it?
I want to help you.
Oh?
I think you and I would make a wonderful team.
I see. And how do you perhaps...
Can I give something to you?
Sure.
Opals and diamonds.
Oh,
For you.
beautiful.
Suzanne, how old is this piece, would you say?
235 years old.
That is well over my age. Wow, this is beautiful. Is this...
It was given to me as a gift by someone who broke my heart. Prince Mithras.
Oh
Nellie,
my.
you know that name. The Prince of London before London fell.
You have a very rich taste.
I know. I see that in you too.
Yes,
Rich taste.
absolutely. Except for I try to build my own empire. Why are you here with with Your Majesty, Thomas?
Why am I here? Mm-hmm. Where else would I be?
You could be anywhere.
No. I want to be in the center. I want to be where the dreams are made, here in Hollywood. They taste the best.
You know those dreams get broken easily here.
But if you have it right before, that's the best. The moment before the dreams get broken.
I see. Is that your preferred taste?
I want you... Would you be mine?
In what way, darling?
My lady in waiting? My second hand? I want you to be a hero. Fight. For our rights. Our power as women. I think we could make a very powerful team.
See, I like the word team. I don't like lady in waiting.
Oh, well, that's old.
Yes,
Just old.
it is.
Yes.
It is. So a partnership, working in parallel.
Yes.
What's in it for you?
What are you wearing? What is this diamond? Is it real?
My secret. If we're partners for a while, I'll tell you the story. But what is it that I am wearing? I've designed this myself.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
You're a designer.
I am. I have a clothing line called Thorn and a perfume line called Arachnophoria.
Like your ring.
Yep. Tell me, darling, do you like this time period? It seems that you are still caught up in old ways.
I feel very out of sorts.
How so?
Well, maybe that will be for the future. But first tell me about Isa. Sweet Isa.
That is a very impressionable young lady who has the pleasure of attending my school for the first time in her first year. Yes, she's a very fascinating creature that I keep a close tab on.
Yes. So human.
So fragile.
It's very fragile.
Yes. I kind of took a liking to her. She reminds me of someone from my past.
Who?
Family,
A sister?
perhaps. Or a brother.
I use my emotional control and cast instant love.
Not so fun, is it?
Nope.
And almost impossible to detect. So, Nellie, you experience what can only be described as an overwhelming wave of passionate love for Suzanne. It washes over you, calm and inviting. If you wish to resist, you need to roll your unmarked willpower.
I'm gonna try.
I will take care of Suzanne's roll.
Blood die included?
No blood for
that's-
willpower.
No blood, just your unmarked willpower.
Yeah, nope. Nope. Totally going for that. That was one save or
One success?
Yeah, no.
Unsurprisingly, the power of the attraction is irresistible. There is a flicker, a moment, and then you feel the compulsion.
Have you ever stood under the stars and just stared at them and just watched them fade away?
Yes.
That's exactly how exhilarating love feels. It's absolutely just adoring.
Yes.
I grab her face and start like nuzzling my nose up against her skin. You should stay here in Los Angeles, darling. I can show you everything around here.
Oh, I will. Will you be mine?
Of course I will.
Excellent.
Oh, this is so exciting. I haven't felt like this in years.
You're exhilarating.
I grab her and kiss her.
You kiss her, and time ceases to be. There is only the kiss. Meanwhile, inside the Elysium, the kindred seem to feel by their relaxed movements that something has been achieved. They step backward a few paces, and they even begin to murmur and talk among themselves.
Well, you know, everybody's been much nicer than I assumed they'd be.
We have many years of practice.
I am surprised that so few clans are represented here, though I would have thought there would have been more. But then again, I don't really know anything about the Camarilla.
You have much to learn, and I would be willing to teach you.
I do make a habit of learning things. Well, Baron.
I very slowly lean closer so that it can in no way be interpreted aggressively. Because I don't want anybody to think like I'm trying to make a move on him or anything. I just want to be able to make it harder for people outside of the three of us to hear me. Strauss can hear.
The talking of the kindred around you ceases, but they don't move. They merely watch.
I understand the unique constraints of your position, as I'm sure you no doubt understand the unique constraints of mine, of ours. Would it be possible, after I deliver your terms back to my colleagues, that we could speak again in a more private environment? I feel like it's very difficult for either of us to be completely transparent at a time like this.
Anything you can say to me, you could say before my subjects. These are friends here. If you have something else to say, you may say it, but I do not like to repeat myself.
Please don't worry about me. You can say whatever you want.
I assume all the Nosferatu here are listening attentively.
Strauss speaks. I assure you, young one, there are no Nosferatu present in the Elysium,
Well, one.
There is the one.
apart from those invited.
I appreciate the respect you've shown us. I appreciate the hospitality. that you have shown us. And I will advocate for your position when I go back and talk to my colleagues.
I expected as much.
I don't want to fight you, Prince Thomas.
Of course you do not.
I don't want anything to happen to anyone here. I hope 500 years from now we can meet again on this exact spot and whatever stands here and reflect over the tumultuous times of the 21st century. But you have to know, sir. You have to know. And I still attempt to lower my voice quietly. That
Trying not to be overheard.
right,
Yeah.
trying. I realize everyone's trying to hear. I'm trying not to be overheard. You must know. It won't be so simple as just declaring Praxis in Los Angeles is yours.
We will see.
Jasper,
Yes.
wits and awareness.
Three successes.
Your eyes are drawn upward, perhaps in contemplation. You notice the grand chandelier, all shining crystal, the center of the room. You notice the gilded chain that attaches it to the high ceiling. At the very top of the chain, many dozens of feet overhead, almost too small to be seen, clinging to the chain with sharp little claws, is a rat.
You know, you asked Jasper what he wants. What do you want, Prince?
I want it. I've got it. All I could ask for is more time.
That must be very nice.
In that, our interests are aligned. It's my wish for all of us. More time.
I like you more than I expected, Baron.
I must say the feeling is mutual, sir. Don't feel bad about him. He doesn't like anyone.
Don't speak for me.
Speak for yourself, then. Have you made some decision, or will you make me wait?
I've heard things that truly are worth something, are worth waiting for.
Indeed.
But you will have your answer soon. It is a very large test to consider, and an important one, and I wouldn't want to do it lightly.
With respect, Nosferatu.
Have you chosen your Primogen Council yet? Or is that come after the rest of the Praxis? I don't know what the process is. I looked into it, but there were no websites that detailed it. And my library books aren't old enough.
In time, when I have made my home here, when we have finished hanging all the tapestries, and I have thought the matter through, I will decide who will stay and who will go. But for now, these things are kept close to the vest.
And is it here, the Getty Center, where you are making your personal haven? It is quite a spectacular place.
Ah, isn't it? This is for tonight.
Well, should you ever make it over the hill to the valley, I can show you many wonderful places in my domain.
In the night garden, the passion of two toreador is a singular thing. It doesn't come often, nor is it easily described.
Wow.
Tell me what you feel.
Exhilarated, excitement, wonder. It's so magical.
Will you live with me?
What? Live with you?
Yes.
I'm a very complicated woman. I really
Me
don't
too.
think you'd want that.
Oh, you don't know me.
Where would we live?
I have a spot.
Where would that be?
Not going to tell you.
But why not? I'm supposed to be your partner, your lover. I should be told these things.
I cast awe.
So, you wish to persuade her to say yes.
Yes.
So, compounded with the artificial but irresistible love, it's very difficult to resist, Nellie, but you do have a chance. You want to try to hold it off?
No, I'm just gonna go with it.
I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
Okay. She's fascinating. She is the world. Just as the kiss was the only thing that existed for as long as it was on your lips, she is the only thing that your eyes can see. You couldn't dream of saying no to her.
I'd like to kiss her again. This time I'm gonna use lingering kiss.
Normally works only on those who are under a certain condition. What are you hoping to achieve?
As hard as I'm falling for her, I want her to basically fall for me.
You want to try to make her feel some of what you are feeling. Go ahead and make the roll. Suzanne, surprisingly, she's going to try to lure you into romance from her attraction.
Let's just add presence to
Your choices are to go ahead and allow it and be swept up in the moment, or to maintain the upper hand.
Presence.
Maintain the upper hand.
Maintain the upper hand.
Sorry, we're assembling the pool.
Yeah, I
Is it
haven't done lingering kiss yet.
Charisma, persuasion, and presence, or just charisma?
There's always the
and
right
presence?
moment for a lingering kiss.
Charisma and presence.
Thank you. Why? Why can't I find presents right now? There we go. Thank you.
Five.
I'd like to use a willpower.
You take willpower damage to reroll up to 3 dice.
I got you.
And that was blank, by the way. 1.
Ooh, that's 6.
Thank you. 6.
6 total.
This is a good willpower expenditure there.
Yeah.
it was close.
Very, very close. She's good. She could be expert given time and tutelage. So, against your will and perhaps better judgment, you do feel a spark of something in return. Your mind says it's not real and that it won't last. But it's undeniable. No one has dared to do that to you in centuries.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
So you've joined us.
Excuse me, joined us.
Joined us. Renounced the anarchist movement.
Why would I do something?
Find your true calling. This is your true calling. Anarchists. disgusting heathens, children, little baby peons. You're so much bigger than that. You're so much bigger than that. Don't you want to
No.
climb?
Not
Don't you
with
want to
the
climb?
ivory tower.
Oh, but it's so beautiful.
Not with Chaz Price here.
Oh, Chaz Price.
Meanwhile, inside the Elysium, while outside the lovers are having a little spat, Maximilian Strauss leaves his station from behind Victor, crosses the floor, and comes to stand next to His Majesty. He leans in and he whispers, "Your Majesty will recall the other appointment of this evening. Time grows short. What is your will with your guests?"
I bid you adieu, and good night. If you would like to stay and enjoy the view, you may, but I must be away on business.
No, I believe we'll collect Nellie and see ourselves out, but I would like to say whatever is coming, whatever happens next, I would like you to know you've won my respect, sir. Is it proper protocol to shake your hand?
No.
Maybe next time. And I do stand slowly. You know?
The kindred seem satisfied and approving of their prince, tolerant of you and Jasper, and perhaps expectant.
Good evening. You will have an answer soon. And as I turn, I look at Strauss and I say, "I love your glasses." And then
I am a great admirer of your designer and tailor as well, sir.
Good evening.
He touches his own round red glasses.
And I do make my way towards the rose garden.
Yeah,
because that's
same.
what she
You
said
did
she-
see where Nellie and Suzanne exited the building, so they aren't difficult to find. They appear to be quite enamored of each other.
oh,
Here's the question. Which one of them do you think did that to the other?
that's not a hard question. She's much older.
Hopefully it's temporary.
Suzanne, you do hear their approach.
Hello?
Hello.
It would appear our business is concluded, ma'am.
Oh. Well, thank you so much for coming this evening. It was wonderful to meet the both of you.
Thank you for the invitation.
Hey, Nellie, are
No.
you...
No. She will be staying with me.
Is that so?
I wish you a pleasant evening.
Well, we have our meeting with Baby B later tonight. We have to discuss the project.
I can't leave my love.
Oh.
I mean, she's so beautiful.
I mean,
Clearly. That's interesting. I always find when I have to motivate people to feel things it's not real when I do it. Perhaps you just have a greater mastery of the arts.
You wish to release her?
No. No. I use my emotional control of awe on the both of them.
You'll have to choose between the two of them, and it won't compel
Victor.
them to do anything. It will make you seem friendly, but they won't obey.
Okay. Well, I'll try.
Which one do you choose?
Victor.
Victor.
You are quite lovely. I understand what you see in her.
As you are preparing to extend your unnatural attraction to them, you hear footsteps behind you in the garden. It's Strauss, with the red coat and the glasses. He makes a sound in the back of his throat as though this is what he expected. He clears his throat unnecessarily and says, "Madame, I apologize for interrupting. His Majesty has expressed a wish that his guests depart.
Oh, putain.
I am very sorry.
We will meet again soon, I'm sure.
I hope so, under these beautiful stars and moon.
And I kiss her on both cheeks.
I return the gesture.
Kisses in farewell. Strauss looks at the three of you, and with his eyes he indicates, go while you can.
Mr. Strauss.
Good evening to you.
And I'll take my eyes off of her.
I do sort of corral her out as we leave.
You make your way back to the vehicle where Bailey is waiting.
Yes.
You'll have a long ride back to talk. This seems like an excellent place to pause, reflect. And when we return, we'll take a look at the other side of kindred conflict. Hello and welcome back to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, LA by Night, Season 2, Episode 8, Innocent Monsters. It is the same night, but in a different part of Los Angeles, a very different part of Los Angeles, far to the south, beyond LAX, beyond Englewood, is a different world from the Getty and Bel Air. Trains rumble by, dislodging dust, and paint, and rust. Everything here seems to exist in the shadow of bridges and overpasses and other elevated structures that aren't built in other parts of the city. At least half of the houses here are derelict or at least overtaken by terrible blight and decay. Even many of the legitimately inhabited structures have broken windows or boarded over doors. The entire neighborhood seems to be a product of deliberate, years-long campaigns of economic oppression. And this is where Nines and Annabelle find themselves tonight. Annabelle, you received a text earlier that had a picture of Jasper, Nellie, and Victor on their way to Elysium with caption this look.
Okay, so Victor looks like a dad from the 80s, and clearly Jasper is pulling off a goth Dr. Horrible look. And Nellie looks good. Very good. I like her look today. That's good. Oh, man. Have fun. I hope it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's totally fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Okay.
Stay on task.
Yeah. Why are they called the Valkyries? Are they like honest to God Odin shield maidens? Are there Norse gods? Is there a real god?
You're asking the wrong person. I'm the man that always asks that question every single night. We'll find out. I know about as much about them as you do.
Which is that they are in South LA, and they are called the Valkyries,
Yep.
and that we really, really need their help.
We do.
Okay.
I think we have a really good shot here.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I mean, I think it went okay with the Nosferatu.
Good.
I think.
Will they let us hear?
Yeah. So, I mean, how bad could it be, right?
Right. What do you think you're up against right now?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they're sympathetic to the cause. I
You
don't know if.
You don't?
No, I don't know anything. Like, it's hard to collect information. I mean, why is everybody scattered? Why doesn't anybody communicate with each other? Why are the anarchs? Why must they be like this?
Why must we be like this? You know, there's something really interesting that happens when you become kindred. I think that, for better or worse, we tend to find some corner and stick to it. And rarely do we go beyond those boundaries and take that kind of leap of faith and risk contact beyond whatever's necessary. Right here, where we are right now, is out of my turf, absolutely. I have no idea what we might face. You should be ready for anything.
I've had to be. But, I mean, humans do that too. But, I don't know, I just, working together is the only way we're gonna get shit done.
So, yes. Hold on to that. Right now, you seem a little bit, jolted. Ground yourself. Tap into that thing, that ownership that you have. You know why you're here. Stay true to that. Don't let it get shaken.
Nines and Annabelle, how are you getting down into South LA?
We're on my
Are we
bike.
riding? We're on the
Oh,
bike?
yeah.
On Nine's bike. Yeah.
Classic
okay.
that I rebuilt. Hobby.
I've never ridden a bike before. I just, my girlfriend was always really worried about it.
Well, just hold on tight then.
Okay, cool. This is awesome. This is so awesome.
So, you rocket into South LA. Headed for the destination that the Nosferatu gave to you. It's hard to talk on a bike, so you have to let the night wash over you. It's different. You're riding on a grossly overpowered two-wheeled vehicle with a perilously low center of gravity, but you're immortal. It's thrilling. Doesn't take as long as it might in a car. More maneuverable. Nines navigates as though he's been in the South End before. Trail leads you to a dense neighborhood, tangled streets, broken street lamps, overgrown lots, damaged homes. The blight is very evident and very real. Annabelle, you haven't come here a lot when you were alive. It's a far cry from Griffith College in Hollywood. There don't seem to be a lot of people out on the streets in this part of the city. Not even a lot of lights on in the homes. Eventually, you roar into the parking lot, the address you were given. It's one of the only lit buildings in the block. Loki's Cycle Repair. A lot of motorcycles parked out here. Some of them in various stages of disrepair, being taken apart. Some of them pristine and gleaming. All of them chained up. So there are lights on inside the shop.
Loki's?
This is it. Okay. You ready?
You know what I am?
Good. Me too.
As if in answer to the roar of your cycle, the door of the shop opens, and two figures emerge. Both kindred, both beautiful, but in very, very different ways. One dark, serious, clad in leather, and the other like something out of a pagan nightmare.
What are There's gotta be a brouhaha, right? We're Clan Leather Jacket.
Possibly.
So, you emerge from your shop, having heard them from half a mile away. to
Got a
find them out
problem
in the
with your
parking
bike?
lot.
Seems to be working pretty good to me. But you're welcome to take a look at it.
What other reason would you be here?
We're here on business of sorts.
What kind of business?
Well, Gary sent us.
Gary.
Golden. Nosferatu, nice guy. He says that you are, might be interested in what we have to say.
I don't think anybody speaks for us.
We didn't think so either, which is why we've come to speak to you ourselves.
That I appreciate. So, what is this that we would be interested in?
Right now, Vannevar has waltzed into town and declared praxis. He's the Prince of Los Angeles now.
Princes come and go.
Right. Well, did he send his herald to you to try and get you to bend the knee?
Nobody gets us to do shit.
Do we look like we just bend the knee?
No. But things are on the move. The Second Inquisition has arrived in Los Angeles. Federal agents breathing down our necks. And now Vannevar has said, kiss the ring or be crushed under the jack-booted heels of the Camarilla. Now the anarchs. Oh yes, please. I'm so sorry. I'm Annabelle.
Right?
This is Nines
Introductions.
Rodriguez. Ladies, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
May we please have your names?
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm Sycorax.
Casey. So, why do you care about any of this?
Why? It doesn't bother us any.
The presence of the Camarilla doesn't bother you at all?
The presence bothers me, but we mind our own business.
They're making their Camarilla demands fealty, a blood tax. And the anarchs have been so separate from each other. There's a bunch of rabble for so long. But we need to unite if we're going to push them out.
Need. That's such a demanding word, isn't it? Do we need to do anything?
I mean, I need to do what my own free will inspires me to do. But beyond that, I don't need
to do anything, really.
See, this is exactly what we're up against right now. This kind of game playing is what's going to become the downfall of the kindred in this city.
Who's playing games?
This bantering back and forth. Look, let's just have real talk. Okay? Kindred to kindred. You know who I am. I know of the Valkyries. We're not coming here for any of that bullshit. We have something real to talk about. The Camarilla's here. That threat is real. This free will that you're talking about, it's lovely. For as long as you can hold on to it.
The Camarilla don't believe in self-governance. And they are united. And with their power, they will crush us if we don't unite in the same way.
Exactly. They're united because they all see us in the same way.
Squabbling over baronies.
Roaches beneath them.
Well, then come inside and we can talk about it. But everything has a price.
Of course it does.
All right. Yeah, come in.
Invite them into the repair shop. What's it like in there?
Well, besides the bike parts everywhere, you see pagan runes along the walls and little trinkets tossed about.
Annabelle, make intelligence and an occult roll.
One success.
One success. Vaguely familiar. You think that the runes are authentic. You know you've seen pictures of them somewhere before. But a lot of the other symbols and signs and objects, you don't know what their exact purpose is. But you're pretty sure that it's some kind of magic.
Are you a witch?
That's rude.
I'm sorry. I
don't think you go about asking people their religion off the bat. I think there are more important things at hand.
Yeah, sorry. It's just really interesting to me. I have some friends that are witches, and I really like.
No filter. It's
I'm
part
sorry.
of the charm.
Maybe we can talk about that later.
Yeah, you're really cool. But seriously though, what are you doing out here? Like, you don't have a coterie, you don't have a baron.
You make a lot of assumptions.
I mean, I want to know.
We keep these streets clean.
Clean of what?
We don't tolerate liars.
No
We don't
cheats.
tolerate disrespect.
No liars or cheats here.
You're surrounded by liars and cheats.
Of course.
Seems to be the way of the beast.
Any political faction is. So why, by aligning yourself with scum like that, do you think it makes you any better?
What do you mean? What political faction?
Any political faction. Your sect, their sect, any sect.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about freedom, real freedom.
Is it really true freedom to live under a baron?
Who sent you here?
We come out of our own free will.
And as you said, everything has a price. Freedom. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but freedom isn't free. It really isn't.
It can be.
Really? So, how do you defend your territory from when the Camarilla come marching in?
We watch each other's backs.
Just the two of you.
No.
How many of you are there, honestly? Couple dozen at most?
That's information we'll give you if we agree to help. But as of right now, we mind our business. We keep our area clean. We don't have issues. You came in here. You didn't see any of that trash here.
For now, but the Camarilla just got here, and in the couple of months that they've been in town, they've sent out Praxis. There's a herald. They're laying their claim.
Well, they won't lay their claim here.
What makes you so certain that you can stand your ground against them, just your group?
I'm not so concerned with them personally. I'm more concerned about the pedophile down the street. We look to our own. We clean up our own.
Good.
And I don't need to get involved with anybody else's mind games.
There's no mind games.
They're mind games.
So you clean up your streets, one petty thug at a time. What if you could make the streets cleaner all over Los Angeles? Make your kindred could walk through the streets not just in your area, but in Beverly Hills or in downtown, in the valley.
Do you think somebody like me wants to go prancing around Beverly Hills?
It's not realistic anyway. It's an idealistic pipe dream.
Revolutions have to start somewhere.
How clean do you think you're keeping your part of town anyway? On our way here, we saw buildings in disrepair. You can smell the struggle in the air. I applaud you for your efforts. I applaud you for what's driving you and the cause, the desire to do good in that sense.
You're holding your own well, but you could have so much more.
character is built in struggle. Nobody gets to live a life handed to them on a silver platter. Just because things are broken doesn't mean that they're lost.
You're right. We're not here to judge that or criticize that. And I apologize if it's coming off that way. We're really not here. We're here more than anything to have real talk and to see if there's a way to come together, an alliance, or maybe even beyond that.
We need your help. You need the movement, the whole strength of the Anarch movement. But we need you for that.
Well, you need us,
We do.
and we need a favor from you in return. And we want to know if you're willing to do bad things to be a great person.
Here's the deal. We're obviously more concerned with the danger we can see, with the immediate threat to innocence in our area. You're talking about coming together, making an alliance.
Right.
How do we know that you care about what's important to us? I agree with Sif. I think if you can show us that we can share a common threat and a common enemy and a common objective, maybe then we'll be willing to take on some of your objective.
What proof do you need?
Well, as I said, I need to know that you're willing to do anything it takes.
What are we up against? Tell us more about the threats that you face on a daily basis.
Well, for example, there's a guy that we've been watching to deal with. He goes by Rags. He
Fucking
takes in
Rags.
orphans and he uses them to smuggle drugs around the city.
Until he's done with them, then he just disposes of them in a whole variety of colorful ways.
And that is not tolerated. And we've been watching him to make sure that we are making the right decision. Because the only solution to this is death.
Innocence shall not be harmed. We
I
made
agree.
perfectly sure Rags is far from innocent.
So, are you willing to kill in the name of the greater good?
Do we not have justice systems? Don't we have courts or
Your justice systems are failing.
Let me just tell you, as someone formerly in this justice system you put so much trust in, there's political strife all over that shit too. There's corruption everywhere. You can't trust that. You can trust
so-
you. You trust what's inside. You trust your blood, your heart.
Your instincts. What you know to be right.
That's the thing. Is that, yeah, I've always protested against the corruption in the system. And the system's rotten. But we can make a new one. We can make a better one.
Again, more pipe dreams. I don't need some pie in the sky dream from you that you can sell me on.
I want
This is
solutions
reality.
now to solve the problems immediately at hand. Of course, there's always a future for better opportunities. But right now, just like the Camarilla is what you need to deal with right now, and you need our help to solve that, this is the trade.
So in return for building a better tomorrow, you want me to kill
We want you to
one.
build a better tomorrow
For
for
us.
South LA.
I respect that. Who are these orphans?
So many kids from all over. There's a few specific orphanages Rags hangs around at and slowly plucks them off.
What about them makes you want to protect them?
God, the fucking kids.
They're innocent in this game that we play. Regardless of my humanity, her humanity, your humanity, they're innocent
No, we get that.
regardless.
Is he kindred or human?
He's kindred.
seems to me you feel like you've been, I don't know, almost neglected from the rest of us.
We don't feel neglected. We live just fine.
You do. You're doing fine. It looks like it. You're both strong. I can see it.
But this
You have-
area needs help.
It does.
What do you
It
think
could use
we're doing?
money. It could use influence.
Money doesn't solve all the issues in the world.
No, a lot of times it just makes it worse.
Influence, as you can see with Camarilla, sometimes makes things a lot worse. We respect each other just person to person, being to being.
Yeah, but we can't have these fractured little systems. We can't have like roving gangs taking out the bad guys like one block at a time. I'm trying to build something where all of us can get together and where there will be a system that will take care of this guy in a just manner.
And is death not just?
How long is it going to take to build this system? How many more orphans have to die for you to get your dream and have it be effective?
Orphans don't need to die. I know they do. Every night. And they deserve to be protected. And it's commendable that that's
We'll
what
put
you
a
are
stop
putting out
to it.
there.
But will you?
Yes, we will. You have my word.
And this is not just a game. If you really do this, that would go a long way to show that maybe we do have some common interests in this.
We know you need our help, and you clearly want this. And maybe at the end, we don't want the same thing, but right now, we do. I don't want anybody to tell me how I should deal with this person. I don't want anybody to tell me what I need to do anything. I want true freedom. And freedom doesn't always mean death, doesn't always mean you have to kill. But sometimes, like I said, you have to do terrible things to be a great person. Because that is what's right.
Annabelle, your phone text message. It's Ramona. Got a second?
Sorry. Hang on. Kinda busy. What's up?
Eyes can't catch up. Where are you?
South LA. Loki's.
Cool. Eyes in a few.
Can you give us a second?
Please.
You can step outside.
You want to leave the garage and go back out into the parking lot under the streetlights?
What's going on?
Nines, it's not that I'm opposed to getting rid of what is clearly a terrible person who doesn't deserve to walk the streets anymore. It's that if we have this idea and we continue to be fractured and the idea of complete freedom, like how can we do this? How can we get them to understand that if they're out here on their own, we won't survive, they won't survive?
They don't seem to see that right now, huh?
I'm not opposed to taking this guy off the streets. It's just that I want to prove to them that what we have in mind is bigger than that, is bigger than pulling one thug off the streets.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So far, the conversation that we've had with them, do you see them resisting and putting up walls?
No, it feels like they're just trying to test us.
How do we pass that test? And what's the purpose? If we pass that test, what changes in them?
I don't know. I don't know if they'll understand that cohesion is the best plan. I think they'll just think that...
What do you need from them to get what you want?
I need them to understand that it's better for them, it's better for all of us if we stick together. And that it is possible to build a better system.
And what does that require?
Showing them that we do care about what they think.
Go in there and show them that you care.
Okay.
About what they care about. Because that's what you're all about.
I do. I want their streets to be safer. I don't want orphans getting used as drug smugglers. Like, but I just want to make it better so that that kind of thing doesn't get this far.
You know what you told me? One of the first conversations that we had. It stuck with me. What does everybody need?
Home.
A home isn't just a place, it's who you're with.
A shadow crosses over the street lamp. Soundlessly, an enormous owl flies to the top of the street lamp and perches up there, looking down at you and Nines in the parking lot. Owl tilts its head and it winks one of its enormous eyes at you.
Friend of yours?
It's huge, Nines. This is the biggest owl. This thing's like the size of an eagle.
Oh.
It looks completely out of place here.
Should I be afraid?
Friend of ours, actually.
All right.
Yeah. I text Ramona, oh really? Question mark.
No reply. Maybe owls don't have cell phones.
Okay.
After you.
Thank you, sir. Go back inside.
The owl flaps its wings twice, glides in the open door. You are surprised to see your friends joined by a nocturnal bird of prey. Perches on one of the bike seats in the shop. Now, as a gangrel, you're very familiar with animals. This thing is larger than any natural owl that you've seen.
So you brought a friend.
More friends to make more friends with.
At least they got good taste. That's a Ducati.
That's her Ducati.
The owl's
So don't-
claws sink into
No.
The owl's claws retract.
I am assuming you'll pay for that.
Yeah. Send the build a Victor Temple.
Victor Temple.
All right.
So did you have a good conversation?
Yeah. You're concerned about this. That concerns me. We'll take care of your problem. Give us all the information on Rags, where we can find them. Any weaknesses that you might know of. We'll take care of it.
When?
When do you want it taken care of?
Now seems nice.
Yeah, I mean, the sooner the better would be great.
The sooner you do it, the sooner you'll have an answer.
Tonight, then.
We'll be watching. And if it all goes to hell, we'll help. Loyalty goes a long way. When somebody helps us, and they mean it, we have their backs. Valkyrie, don't turn their back on their friends.
Ever.
No matter what.
Now, it takes a while to become said friendship level, but, sharing some mutual interests will go a long way into making that a reality.
And hey, we're always looking for good, strong friends.
Baby steps.
The owl seems intensely interested in this conversation. And you know it can understand you.
Yeah. But I recognize who it is.
Well, you haven't seen these particular markings before.
Okay. Well, in the sake of honesty, I'm assuming your friend would like to join us.
They're cool. It's cool.
The owl nods.
Let's go.
Nothing to hide.
So, how do you plan to guide them there? You want to take them, or do you want to give them an address?
We're gonna take them a few blocks down.
Hop on your bike.
No bikes. They'll know we're coming.
All right, we'll do it the slow way.
It's not always in our interest to be loud and obnoxious.
Yeah.
Kind of like it sometimes.
Me
Maybe
too.
later.
I mean, look
Quite
at my
the
face. I
entrance.
like it all the time.
All right, let's get moving.
So we're gonna take them around the corner about 3 blocks down. And you can knock on the door, say you're interested in some wares.
What kind of drugs does he sell?
Cocaine, heroin, you know.
Okay.
Even heavy legals, too. Opioids, that kind of thing.
Anything he can really get his hands on.
All right.
Sycorax and Casey, where will you be during this?
We're gonna go around to the back, like the alley in between the 2 buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to stay in the vicinity in case reinforcements are needed, but...
You'll hear if we call for you?
What are you gonna call?
For Asgard?
I like your style.
Hey.
All right, let's do this thing, huh?
Okay.
And don't fuck it up. I don't want to clean this up.
I will do my utmost best, ma'am.
Milady, if you will.
Milady.
Okay.
A word with Annabelle as we approach.
The
Where
owl flaps its wings, lands in
Do you want to?
oh, it hops up onto your shoulder. Little talons digging into your coat. It's really heavy. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah. Cool. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. You need a hand?
No. This is like, I things. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time.
All right.
It's just like, I mean, do you know Harry Potter or Labyrinth or anything? It's just an aesthetic. Mm-hmm. It's an aesthetic that is mine now. Mm-hmm. Great. Yeah.
I have a desire, sort of an itch to step away and let you handle this on your own. Because you need to be in the spotlight.
Okay.
They have to see this come from you, and I cannot be the one to step in.
No, I get it. Thank you.
I'll be close.
Yeah. I can handle this.
You still have a choice. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. Stay true to you and let that lead you. I'm afraid that if I'm in the presence of somebody like that, I might snap his neck. Like that. All right. I'll be near.
Thanks.
I step away.
Do you want to go around to the back to where the Valkyries are waiting, or do you want to be someplace else?
I'm going to be kind of around the corner. I want to watch her approach, and as soon as she gets in, I'll go back around and join them.
Okay, duly noted. This place reminds you a lot of the building where you confronted the Thin Bloods with their weird alchemy lab. Very dilapidated, very run down. Not a lot to recommend it as a residence. As soon as Nines is out of sight, though, the owl hops off your shoulder. And before it hits the tarmac, Ramona is standing in front of you. Hey.
Hey, sorry. I hope you don't mind if I hit your head.
What's up, B? Nah, I liked it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frankie and Dom couldn't make it. So
I suppose that is what I owe the honor to then, I guess.
sometimes even the pack can't get there in time.
Yeah.
You're out of your turf. Are you going to do this? You going to kill this guy? You sure about this?
You know, I think I'm just going to take this one step at a time. I mean, we can start out just talking, right?
You can. Tell you what, here's the deal. If you want me to, I'll go take a look in.
I'd appreciate
Reconnaissance,
that.
scouting mission.
I just might make sure there's no other, perps.
I'll bring you the dirt.
Nothing.
You decide what to do. You make the call.
Yeah. You good? By the way?
I love this stuff. Beats campus.
Yeah. Well.
And
Miss the
after that, we got
campus.
to talk about what to do with the NOS. Your Gary buddy?
What about him?
Well, first of all, thank you for saving your dinner.
Yeah. Did you get the one under the seat?
Yeah, I got it.
Awesome. Good.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Edith taking care of that.
Nice.
Yeah. But,
What's up?
I don't like how they treated you.
How so?
I think they knew we were watching.
You don't think that they're gonna go through with their end of the bargain?
I think they will. It was the rodent a la mode that pisses me off. Hey, where's the rest of your buddies? Where's Cheekbones and Undad?
They're at a big meeting.
Whatevs. I like the Valkyries.
Yeah.
Suppose they'd let me ride a bike.
I think that you should talk to them about that when all of this is wrapped up. So what do you want me to do about Gary, then?
We'll figure it out later. That's really more
Maybe we can just talk to him about, changing over his... Are there vegan vampires?
Not the way you mean.
Huh. Well, he can switch his diet around.
Vegan is what licks call vamps who eat animals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Awesome, huh?
So you want him to actually convert to eating humans, then?
Well, when you put it like that, look, for later. You got a job to do.
Let's
You
pick and
got,
choose our
like,
battles.
Your final exam or your SAT or whatever the hell this is. You got people to impress, and they didn't say you couldn't have help.
Yeah, that's true.
Good leaders make use of whatever resources are available, and I'm available.
And you're a great resource.
Yeah, let me scout it out.
Thanks, Ramona.
Yo. All right, here we go. She takes a couple steps, and in a few minutes, it's not there anymore. There's no owl, there's no rat. She's just gone from sight. Maybe she's too small to be seen, or maybe she's got Jasper's tricks.
Oh, man, that's really cool.
So, while she's not visible, what do you want to do?
I want to check the playlist real quick.
There's no song in the playlist. Do you want to add a song?
I put on Mirror Mirror by Through Juniper Vale.
That sounds a very
I think she'll
clear
get it.
message. Difficult to mistake. Message of intense love like that. Meanwhile, in the alley behind the house, what's going on in the front is invisible to you, but what's going on out here is. The back door opens. A couple of young men, college age maybe, come out. They're wearing dirty, stained t-shirts, ripped up jeans, high tops. And they're carrying a big styrofoam cooler between them. It's clearly heavy because they're straining. They open up the door, look left and right, and out into the night with the cooler between them.
What do we have here?
Looks like more fun.
Should we engage or wait here? I'm very torn.
I mean,
Now, are you hidden or are you just hanging out in the alley?
we're mostly hidden.
Yeah.
Mostly hidden?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. They get about halfway down the alley before they see you.
Got my back.
Always.
They drop the styrofoam container. It makes a loud sloshing noise as though it's maybe filled with liquid.
Boys,
Hey, what are you doing back here?
what party you going to so late?
Hey, party, yeah, we got what you need.
Yeah?
He points to the cooler.
What's in it?
Kicks the lid off with his foot.
Can I smell it?
Bags of blood.
Where's this going?
Same place you're going. He goes for his piece.
Oh, I quick draw, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, you're faster than he is by a long shot. Do you want in on it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You can preempt his action. You can draw a weapon of your own, or you can close the distance.
I'll close the distance.
You want to close the distance?
Yeah.
Do you want to move as fast as you can?
Yes.
Yes. And you?
I draw my Glock and firing.
You draw a Glock and pull him away.
Because there's two of them, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for left.
Okay. You go for left. You go for right. Okay. Whoa. I need one more die. Well, there's no mistaking the sound of pistol firing into the still night air. Shots fired from behind the house. He staggers backwards. A couple of gaping wounds in him. One in his gut, one in center mass. Twitches. Starts to bleed out on the ground. Not a vampire. Human. You close the distance. When you get there, what do you want to do?
I want to pull out my knife, and in one hand I'll grab him and then hold the knife to his neck and ask him if Rags is inside.
Are you crazy? Let me go. He'll kill you for this.
I'm already dead, and then I'm going to cut his neck.
You're going to kill him?
Yeah.
Takes just moments for him to die. Do you drink?
Yes.
You lower your fangs to his neck and sate your hunger. It's rich, full of drugs. You're not even sure what it is you're tasting. It's bittersweet. It's a rush. And in moments, he's gone. Now, was he innocent?
If he's with Rags, he's not innocent.
Was your victim innocent?
I'd like to speed up to my victim and kind of crawl on top of him and grab his hair and rip it back and say, I'm sorry you made the wrong choices. You were the aggressor. This was self-defense. And then drop his head.
You're the last thing he sees before he dies.
That's right.
Nines, you've heard gunshots, shouting.
Turn the corner.
You're going around to the back of the house. Ramona throws open a window on the upper story and leans out. Yeah, he's staying there. You're going to want to clean this up.
Okay. I try the door.
It's open.
Oh, okay. I run inside.
You don't see anybody on the main floor. Place is disheveled, stained. It's a real mess. Nobody cleans up here, and there's certainly no maid service of any kind. But you can hear voices from somewhere else in the house, maybe in the kitchen. One voice says, "Ed, did you hear that? Somebody's in trouble. We gotta go." The reply is, "No, leave him out the front. Just get out of here. Go. It's got to be the cops."
I stand in the doorway.
You stand in the way. In a few moments, two figures emerge from the kitchen. One of them is a college-age boy. Dirty t-shirt with UCLA stenciled across it, jeans, Chucks. The other is taller, broader. He's got one side of his head shaved like you, but no symbols in it. And the other falls in blue, gray, lanky locks down the side of his face, obscuring most of it. He looks at you, and he snarls with fangs. As if he thinks that's going to move you.
I activate awe.
Make the check. Okay.
Beast.
He doesn't deserve to live.
Everyone deserves to live.
They don't deserve to live, and they don't deserve a home.
Fuck you.
Just get on with it.
Now. Rags, I presume?
Yeah! What of it? Who the hell are you?
I'm Annabelle. Who the fuck are you? What are you doing to this whole entire neighborhood?
What the fuck are you doing in my haven? Get out of here before I kill you.
Stop what you're doing.
What?
The drugs, the kids.
Who told you?
Everyone knows. Rags.
It's none of your business.
You made it my business.
You're not the boss of me. What are you, Baron now? Are you sofa Baron here? Is this your sofa?
You made it my business. You and your ilk don't deserve the space that you're living in.
Hey, we'll do what we want to who we want when we want to. What are you going to do about it?
I'm not going to do anything. You two are going to stop each other. Spark of rage.
Yeah. That's something new and cool. Make the rouse check, and then roll manipulation and potence.
I'm good. Oh, oops. 3. I'm gonna burn a
I'm
willpower.
gonna roll composure and intelligence as the resistance.
4.
You feel the white-hot spark of righteous fury build up inside you. It's almost a living thing. It drowns out the beast. You can't hear its voice anymore. It's silent. It cowers. It whimpers in a corner of your soul as though too terrified of you, Annabelle, to even whisper in your ear. And the rage radiates off you like heat waves on a hot summer day, radiating outward and touches both of them. Rags blinks twice, spins around, bares his fangs, and goes for his companion. It's over in a moment for the mortal. Blood smell is everywhere. Make a willpower check of your unspent willpower. Two? Okay. The white-hot rage feels right. This feels pure and clean and good. Your body almost thrums with power. And Rags, before he knows it, has eliminated his friend. It looks up at you with shock and surprise and fear. He backs up and almost cowers in front of you.
You're mine now.
Ramona peers behind him on the stairs, blocking his escape should he choose to run.
Rags, I'm in a bit of a situation here. I can't allow you to continue doing what you're doing. And I have given my word that...
Don't do it. I'll go. I'll leave. I'll get out of here tonight. You tell me where to go, and I will be there. San Diego, Frisco, Brooklyn. I am gone.
But that's the thing, is that I can't trust that wherever you go, that you won't let your beast get the better of you. And that's what I'm finding now. So what am I supposed to do right now, Rags? How are you going to prove to me that you won't just use kids to smuggle your drugs?
That's what
or
this
kill
is
a
about?
human? Yes! What did you think this was about? What?
Let me drink. I'll drink. I'll drink. I'll drink.
Ramona?
You know, you need all the fists you can get. Death or fake friendship. There's not much to choose between them, B. What was your bargain with the Valkyries? Did you say you'd kill him, or did you say you put a stop to it?
I said I'd take care of it.
Well, kicking him out of the hood takes care of it. You're right. He's going to do it again. But not sure it's worth your soul, as long as you keep your word.
Okay.
I mean it. I will get out of town tonight. You can take me to the bus station. I'll be on it. I'll be out of here. What did she mean when she said you need fists?
The Camarilla.
Oh, it's fucks.
Yeah. Listen, Rags. We do need all the help we can get, and you are just a fucked up guy. A fucked up guy, Rags, and every fiber of my being wants to end you, but I believe that people can change. I want to believe it so badly.
I tell you what.
You said you'd drink.
I will. And I guess if I do it again, you can kill me then.
We have eyes everywhere, Rags.
Yeah, so I see. Who the fuck are you?
I'm Annabelle. And you...
Give me your wrist.
Oh no, it's not gonna be me.
What?
Ramona, would you do the honors?
Hell yeah! She reaches out and spins him around. Cheers! She holds up her wrist. He pierces skin with his fangs. And he swallows the blood. One swallow, 2, 3. She pulls her wrist away from him. He stands there, savoring the taste of it. It's good, kind of gamey, but you know.
Gangrel.
Right. Gangrel. Oh shit! Did they send you?
I'm sure I don't know who you're talking about.
The bikers.
What do you know about the bikers?
The Valkyries.
Yeah.
Yeah, badass.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. And you're gonna help keep their streets clean.
Shit. He looks from you to Ramona. Yeah, okay.
No more drugs. No more hurting kids.
How am I supposed to make? I gotta earn. It's not, you know.
I'm sure you'll figure it out, Rags. Ramona, I'm sure, has errands you can run.
She just grins. She's all fangs and smiles. This is gonna be awesome. Don't worry about it, Rags. I got lots of little chores for you to do. Clean streets all the way. Good job, B. You got a useful warrior for the cause. You got a verifiable way to keep him under control. And you kept your word.
Yeah. All in all, it's been a pretty good night.
I wouldn't go that far, but you know. Hey, look, you better get back to your buddies.
Yeah.
I'll babysit my new errand boy.
Thanks, Ramona.
Don't mention it.
Be seeing you soon, Rags.
Yeah.
I head back out.
Okay.
To the back.
To the back, it's a slaughterhouse. The Valkyries are finishing their feasting, licking the blood from their hands, their lips. Nines, of course, has joined them. It's all taken place in the span of just a few minutes.
Oh, I see you've been busy.
Well,
Have you? Eliminate the threat?
It's been taken care of. Your streets are way cleaner than before.
How'd you do it?
Mind games.
But he's done, right?
Where is he?
He's not going to be troubling you anymore.
That wasn't the question.
Listen, everyone has their secrets, right? But I took care of it.
Think she allied herself with Rags? I'm asking the question. I obviously asked it loud enough so you could hear me.
No, I did not ally myself with somebody who runs drugs with children.
Then where's his body?
We don't take kindly to liars around here.
What did you want me to do tonight? Did you want me to kill somebody, or did you want me to take care of your problem?
I thought maybe I explicitly said kill him.
Eliminate the threat. Make sure the threat doesn't come back in the future.
That's what I heard.
You haven't been specific with us about what happened. How do we know Rags won't be back doing the same thing tomorrow?
But I could be wrong. Maybe I didn't say that, but I thought it was very clear.
It's at this point that Rags emerges from the back out into the alley where you're talking very loudly.
Rags.
The piece of shit himself.
Yeah.
Ramona? Is Ramona nearby?
You can see the owl perched on top of the house.
Ramona, can you ask Rags to roll over for me?
The owl isn't there anymore. Now it's a young kindred, a young woman. She wears sweats, a black t-shirt with cut-off sleeves. She's got glasses and long permanent fangs. Yo! Love the rides!
Thanks.
Hey, Ragsy, roll over! He drops to his knees and does a couple of spins on the tarmac.
Ramona, ask Rags if he's ever gonna do what he done ever again.
Ragsy baby, you done with this shit? I'm done. She made me drink.
You buy this?
She got the bond on me.
I buy it, but I still don't trust it.
You know how the bond works.
Ramona,
Yo!
looking to fight for freedom?
Hey, I'm already signed up.
I'd like you to join us because I want to keep a closer eye on Rags.
What, you mean hang out on a bike?
I mean, I could show you how to ride.
What do you think, B? Nines?
You can
I
hang
always
out
kind of
with
want to
them.
ride a bike.
Seems like a win-win to me.
Yeah.
And that way, if he does decide to act up again, I can finish the deal.
God, sick. You sure about this? I can't help feeling like this scumbag won.
Well, everything comes with a price. If he does it again, he's attached to somebody. That's important.
This way you get muscle helping you clean up the streets. Isn't that right, Rags?
Just point me where you want me.
In the shop, cleaning up the trash.
Fuck. All right.
Don't touch any of the bikes either.
All right.
I guess sometimes you take in the target and they help the cause.
Isn't it what? You keep your enemies close. What is it? Keep your friends close and your enemies
Keep
closer?
your enemies deader. Yeah.
Well, we'll work on it.
So, what's that mean? Does that mean you're going to join up?
It means that you're gonna stick with us.
Yeah, I'll hang out for a bit. We got to keep Ragsy here under control and make sure he does what he promised Annabelle he would do.
And if he doesn't,
Well, if he doesn't, I'm going to eat him.
Well,
I still don't trust you. That was not the deal.
I kind of do. I kind of do. Annabelle, thank you for showing that our concerns can also be your concerns. That takes conviction. We appreciate that. Now, not following through on that conviction, right, that makes me question things.
Yeah.
So, you keep talking about having us join you. What does that mean? I mean, if you're doing something that would be fine by us anyway, maybe we'll get your back. But I'm not taking orders from nobody.
Nobody's gonna give you orders.
But I think you
No. I fight for free will as well. I believe that everybody deserves a home. I want it for the Nosferatu. I want it for the Thin Bloods. Yeah, the Thin Bloods. They're around, end of days, all of that, but they deserve homes just like the rest of us. The Camarilla want to take that away. We are going to crush them. We're going to push them out of Los Angeles, and not only are we going to get rid of them, but we're going to change the system as it is.
Well, I'm glad that you think you're going to change the system.
I know I'm going to change the system.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Hey, me too, but I want to see it. This is going to be awesome.
It could be awesome.
Look, we're just asking for a chance.
We can give you a chance.
All we ask is that if the time comes, you can provide some backup.
The time is going to come.
Well, if the time comes,
We'll see.
we'll maybe see you there.
Depending on the situation. I don't want to take orders from nobody who's saying this is best for our cause, so you have to do it. I don't want to hear so you have to do it. If the time comes and the cause seems worthy,
we do what needs to be done. And as we said,
Seems fair. Hey, Ragsy, roll over again. That was great. I liked. Oh, look at him go! I love this. This is so cool.
I mean, it is kind of funny.
Hey, one thing. I get my own bike.
we'll work on that.
It's not really negotiable, but okay.
You'll pay for it.
Send the bill to Victor Temple.
Yeah, Uber Undead will pay. He's got tons of cash. You guys want a new shop, new bikes, new leathers, whatever.
Well, didn't you say money goes a long way?
It does.
Well, if some money happened to funnel this way, and not for us, because we clearly don't.
For the neighborhood.
For the neighborhood.
Well, this cooler right over here, delivering that to a local clinic that serves the underprivileged just tonight. You want to throw any cashola you got on you now in with it, I'll be sure to take it over.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So as we've seen, conflict between kindred can be fought and resolved in many different ways. Sometimes with great difficulty and sometimes advantageously. But regardless of the nature of the conflict, secrets always have a way of getting out.
Fiona, you're back already.
I came to check on you. See how you're doing on that research project I gave you. And I brought you takeout.
I'm not hungry. I haven't been. I feel strong.
That's the blood. It does that sometimes. But you have to eat. We talked about this. My blood gives you a little bit of my power. That's why you're healthy again, and you're basically immortal as long as I keep giving it to you. It's a pretty good deal.
But you didn't exactly do this for me, did you?
You're so clever. I did it for many reasons. For me, for you, for politics you won't understand for a while. But on balance, it was for your own good.
I know. And better to be this than be killed for looking into what I was looking into.
I won't keep you in the dark like Jasper did, but I will keep you safe. And this way you can keep investigating. Plus, you already know the biggest secret, that we exist.
I know, and I'm grateful to you for all of this. Or I feel like I am, or is that just the blood too?
You really are something. The blood helps you see things my way. But I wouldn't control you like that. I don't want to dull that mind of yours, especially now that it works for me.
And if I wanted to see Jasper?
Not yet.
This is about him, isn't it?
This is bigger than Jasper, Chloe. You have to start thinking of things in the long term. We can live forever. Not all plans end how they start. And sometimes you acquire pieces before you know what you want to do with them on the board.
I know. It's just that I want to see him.
Because you miss him, or because you have questions?
Both. But I can wait. It can wait. Long term.
Long term.
Thanks for joining me here. I got a huge problem that I'm hoping you can help me with. Some very important files got deleted. New masters. I'm trying to put together a Baby B album. She doesn't know I'm doing it, but I think maybe she deleted them and I need to get it back.
I can totally help you with that. By the way, huge fan.
Fantastic. Excellent. You've got great taste in music.
So I took a look once you called me, and it looked like you guys were actually using Backblaze. So this should be a snap. All of your stuff should already be backed up in the cloud.
Fantastic.
Easy peasy. All you have to do, you log in from wherever you are. We can do it right here, right now.
Let's see if we can get it back. I'll just fix it now.
So you log into the website. All you do from there, you select the files you want. So Baby B's Masters.
Baby B's Masters, yep.
We'll just download everything. That way you can find it. Everything that was on the computer will be restored.
Perfect.
Sweet. So you select how you want it back. You get it back as a whole USB hard drive or a flash key or as a single file, whatever you need. Select it. It gets downloaded to your computer. You're back up and running super quick. You can even do it from your phone.
Oh, great. Is there anything else I need to know to fix this?
No, that's it.
Cool. The only other thing I'm going to need you to forget all about this.
Oh. Big fan.
Hey, yeah, you want to get a selfie?
Definitely.
Cool, brother. All right.
Hello, Kindred. It's Yev with Backblaze. Go to backblaze.com/LA by night and start your free trial tonight.